Okay, I'm just gonna come out swinging with this one. We gotta put Ghost Rider in the game as Vanguard. I mean, like, it's right there, guys. Seriously. Even people who don't even know who Ghost Rider is will probably, pick up the game, look at him, and go, that's a flaming skeleton guy. I want to be him. That being said, I have, in fact, developed a little bit of a moveset for him. So, without further ado, let's get into it while I throw up some footage of me playing bot games, just so, there's something in the background playing. Oh, and if I sound a little stuffy, it's because I'm still getting over this cold I've had since this past Saturday, and I wanted to get this video done before the craziness of the holidays really starts. So, let's get into it, shall we? Now, I know what you're thinking. Which Ghost Rider am I going to use? There are multiple people that have had the title in the Marvel Universe. But, we're going to stick to the most popular ones. Johnny and Danny. Which of those two do you think I want to use? What if I said both? Oh yeah. So let's go over that before we jump into the moveset. Shall we? Little bit of a cosmetic discussion. No. I know. Again, I probably know what you're thinking. Is he going to be like Cloak and Dagger? And the answer is no. You are not switching between Johnny and Danny and them having completely different abilities. We're not doing that. And we're also not doing the Hulk thing where they start out as their human form and then they transform into the Ghost Rider himself. We're not doing that. No. You're playing as the Ghost Rider the entire time. Because, let's be real here, that's awesome. But what did I mean by both of them? Like, you're still probably a little bit confused. Like, well, what are you talking about? You get to beat both of them? Huh? I'm still lost with this one, bozo. Can you tell me what's going on? Let's say Ghost Rider's release, right? I would think, for this idea to work, he would come with two skins. You got your default Johnny, and you also got your default Danny. Depending on which skin you have equipped, the personality of the Ghost Rider that you are playing as will change. Yeah. You see where I'm going with this? Pretty cool, right? Now, does that mean the abilities will change? Again, no. The only thing that will change is, obviously the appearance of the Ghost Rider. I would kind of imagine Danny maybe have like a longer jacket like he did in Heaven's on Fire storyline, and then Johnny would kind of look like how he did in the 2022 run, but we're getting real nerdy here, and obviously their bikes would be different, because if you read Ghost Rider, you know that Johnny and Danny kind of had different bikes, except for recently when they kind of make Johnny's bike look a little more like Danny's. I am going on a tangent. So, how is the Ghost Rider supposed to sound? I know this is a big debate between a lot of people. A lot of people like that demonic, scary kind of Ghost Rider, and then people like myself kind of like the old 90s voice. And if you happen to have been following me recently, you might know me as the guy on TikTok that's doing all of the Danny Ketch stuff with what I call the Cold Whisper voice, which is essentially the voice from that famous scene where Ghost Rider shows up and Penance stares Galactus and leaves. It's also the same guy from Ultimate Marvel 3, but Johnny Blaze is the Ghost Rider in that game, and I still kind of do my voice as Danny. But, again, going on a tangent, I also have played Marvel Rivals in character as Ghost Rider on this channel. But what I'm saying is, it would be an absolute honor if I were to be chosen to voice Danny. I would love to do it. So, here's how I think he should sound in this game.
They call me Ghost Rider. I am summoned when innocent blood is shed, and tonight it shall be avenged. Do us all a favor and shut up, Stark. You cannot fix a sandwich, let alone your life. You know what, Namor? Your pursuit of Susan Storm reminds me of something. Like someone fishing in a swimming pool. You are going to catch nothing, and we are all watching you look like a fool. Yes, Peter. I of course remember the time we worked together as the Fantastic Four. Blue is still not a good color on me, in more ways than one. There is absolutely no way you took down the Mad Titan himself with a bunch of rodents. Why is that one looking at me with malicious intent? I do not like this. Look into my eyes. Experience the pain of eternal guilt.
Yeah, give him that sarcasm, dry wit, like, you're gonna roast me, okay, I'm gonna roast you back kind of thing. Give him kind of more of a cocky attitude, right? And have him sound completely different, not at all demonic, because Danny has never been bonded with a demon like Zarathos or Zarathos, however you say that. You can make an argument for one of the skins I'm going to show later. But I think that personality just kind of fits Danny a little better. Now, for Johnny, I think he's going to be the more serious one. Like, no nonsense, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to leave. I'm not going to say much, but if I have to, I'm going to be serious about it. Now, if you know recent portrayals of Johnny Blaze, like, say, from Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 or Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, you'll know that he's voiced by this guy. I do not know how to say his last name. I would mispronounce it very badly. So, I do know him as, he's also known for Hulk, especially, even in Marvel Rivals. He's Hulk in this game. He did the I call it the Dr. Claw because that's what it reminds me of. But I think I know someone who can pull off a pretty damn good Johnny Blaze. Please, Mr. Matt Mercer, take it away.
Poor, misguided wanderers. First there were many, and now so few. How little you must value your lives to take a single insignificant breath in my sanctum. For in dark places such as this, one must keep themselves entertained.
The vibe is there, right? Just maybe lose the breathiness and the mwahaha, I'm a bad guy kind of vibe, and there it is. Right? I see it. I know you do. And like I said earlier, the cosmetics that change would be, obviously the Ghost Rider himself, and the bike. Here, Johnny's got what I call the chopper, and Danny's got what I call the sport bike. And for skins that they could use, you got your classics, like from the 70s and the 90s. If you're going to be really wacky, you can give Johnny his outfit from the 90s, just still with the flaming skull. That'd be funny. You can also give Danny his Zadkiel skin, the Black Host, when he was blue, or the Infernal Lab skin. This skin right here, I could make an argument to make him sound like the demonic Ghost Rider. And you can also give them both Vengeance, right? Regular Vengeance for Johnny and then Kowalski for Danny. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into the meat and potatoes and go over how our friend, the Spirit of Vengeance, would play in Marvel Rivals. Alright, like I said, he's going to be a Vanguard. Now I know some people are going to argue for Duelist, but we already got a million of those in this game already, and it only makes sense lore-wise that Ghost Rider's a tank. Johnny has fought World War Hulk, and Danny's gotten a building dropped on him. It only makes sense for them to be tanks. Come on. Now, I just want to reiterate again, nothing I'm going to say changes between Johnny or Danny except the cosmetics. So, difficulty-wise, I've placed him at like a 2 or 3 star. He's not going to be, like, super easy like, say, Venom or Groot. I think they're both 1s. But, like, on par with, Thor or Magneto or Doctor Strange. Right around there. Like, pretty easy to, like, start playing. Like, it's not going to be ridiculously difficult to keep stuff in check. Like, he's not going to be like, say, Spider-Man hard, but he's also not going to be Venom easy. You gotta think a little bit. So for his starting health, I think he's going to be around, say, 800, maybe 750. I don't think he's going to be as low as Captain America. I think Captain America is like 650. All right, so let's start off with Ghost Rider's passive ability. I have called this Hell's Retaliation. Whenever Ghost Rider takes damage, his Hellfire retaliates on every third attack, dealing damage to nearby foes. The damage increases based upon the amount of damage Ghost Rider absorbs up to a certain cap. It's low. So what does that mean? Well, let's use an example. Say you're playing as, let's go with the Hulk or Captain America, right? And you're up in Ghost Rider's face and you're punching him real good. Every third punch, you're going to take a little damage. And if you keep attacking him, it's going to stack. It's not going to be stupid high, and you do have to be nearby for this to work. So say you're the Punisher, right? And you're kind of sniping Ghost Rider from a bit of a ways across the map. Not every third bullet you're going to take damage. That's stupid. So, I mean, that can be one of Ghost Rider's cons. Like, you have to be near people in order to get the full benefit of your passive. Now, before we continue on with the rest of the abilities, we're going to go over what Ghost Rider's playstyle is called. Now, I have looked this up, and according to TV tropes, this is called the Cavalry Switcher. So that means you switch between grounded attacks and mounted attacks. So, obviously, Ghost Rider, he can run around like as normal, or he can hop onto his motorcycle, and you just get a little bit of a speed boost. Not like super fast, like you're not the Flash, but you still will go a bit faster than, say, the average tank. And for his primary attack, that's a given. It's the chain, and it's not like you have to be right up close with somebody. You can be at a bit of a distance. I wouldn't say it's not like a gun. Like, you still have to be pretty close. I would say maybe a little farther than Magic Sword, right? So let's go over the attacks when you're not on the bike. I'll call this the grounded stance. He's got 3 each. And the first one is called Chain Grab. It's exactly what you think it is. It's the Roadhog thing. Ghost Rider twirls and then throws his chain forward. If an enemy is hit, it will latch on and Ghost Rider will pull him in. Just like Scorpion, just like Roadhog, you know exactly what this move is. Duh. If you give a character a chain, that is exactly one of the moves they should have. Now, his main form of, it's called Sustain, which means it allows you to sustain in the battle more. It's called the Hellfire Armor. So Ghost Rider will buff himself and nearby allies with, like, Hellfire Armor. And when the armor is broken, flames will erupt from either Ghost Rider or, his allies, and they will damage nearby enemies. So maybe this is how Ghost Rider kind of damages people that are sniping him. Like, he'll buff himself and then get someone to go engage the sniper or something. And then, when the sniper breaks the guy's armor, they get some damage, right? Get what I'm saying here? And then his final ability is called Rampage. So this is kind of a gap closer, if you know what that means. It means it's closing the space between you and your opponent. So Ghost Rider charges forward a short distance, and upon making contact with an enemy, he will stun/snare them, and he'll deliver like a small little combo of attacks that does not considerable damage, but not minimal damage either. I kind of made the grounded, air quotes, style, the, like, bruiser, the, it's called peel, right? You want to peel the enemy away from your DPS to focus on you, right? That's what I kind of wanted the walking stuff to be for Ghost Rider. And now the bike is mainly aerial denial, which means, you want to deny your enemies the area. Like, they're in this area, they're going to take damage. So the first ability of the bike is the classic, the Hellfire Trail, right? So when you're on the motorcycle and you push the button, for a short time, Ghost Rider's motorcycle leaves a trail of flame in its wake that will damage enemies caught in it. And his second bike ability is the gap closer for the bike. It's called the Demonic Charge. So Ghost Rider will rocket forward, damaging and knocking back any foe that comes across his path. So see, there's the area denial. If foes are hit into a wall, the wall is destroyed if it's able to be, and they are stunned. Not for long, but, enough for your teammates to lay the pain on. And then the final bike ability is called the Inferno Slide. This is your main area denial for Ghost Rider, along with the Hellfire Trail. So Ghost Rider will drop into one of those action slides, like from every freaking Fast and Furious movie or any movie with a motorcycle chase in it when they go under the truck, you know what I'm talking about? And he'll send a wave of Hellfire forward a short distance, and it will light a small area on fire for a few seconds. So like a small scenario where this could work is like, you just got bodied, right? And you got to make your way back to the objective. You get on your bike, you use your demonic charge to go forward, and then by the time you get to, you drop into your Inferno Slide and throw your Hellfire on the objective, and then you turn on your Hellfire Trail, and you ride around a little bit, maybe hop off the bike and start dealing some damage, right? But let's go to what I believe you have all been waiting for. What do you think Ghost Rider's ultimate will be? If you said the Penance Stare, you, my friend, are so right. Because, duh. Now, how will this work? Well, my friend, I will tell you. So, this is a single target ability, right? And you can do it from the ground or the bike, but you have to be, pretty close for this to work. Duh. Ghost Rider will target a single enemy, he'll, grab him and pick him up right into the air, and he'll give him the Penance Stare. The ability will cause the targeted enemy to take damage over time based on their past actions. The more damage the target has dealt to Ghost Rider or his teammates within the last 10 seconds, the more initial damage they will suffer from the Penance Stare. If they are not immediately KO'd from the Penance Stare, the target is inflicted with fear and will suffer a damage vulnerability debuff, making them more susceptible to incoming attacks from you or your teammates. If the initial Penance Stare does KO the enemy, surrounding enemies are stunned for a short duration, about a second, maybe a little less, and Ghost Rider is immediately healed. And it does not do the Winter Soldier thing, like if you get someone with the stare, it doesn't immediately recharge. That would be busted. So the last thing to go over is maybe the pros and cons of the Ghost Rider kid here. So some of the pros is he's got some high sustain. He's got armor, right? He's got a little bit of higher mobility than some of the other tanks. He's got great area denial. But some of his weaknesses are, some of those aerial denial abilities can be maybe too situational, definitely more geared towards the hold the point objective rather than escort the thing objective. And, obviously he's got to rely on skill shots, and you have to be kind of up close and personal with him. I kind of wanted to take Captain America and make him just slightly easier. So there you have it, folks. That is my concept for Ghost Rider in Marvel Rivals. It combines everything that we all love about Ghost Rider: the motorcycle, the chains, the fact that he's on fire, the Penance Stare, both Johnny and Danny. If you enjoyed this, please share this video, post it everywhere. And like I said, it would be an absolute honor to voice the Danny skins in this game. I will do it. I am a amateur voice actor, as you can probably tell, and I would be more than willing to voice my favorite Marvel character in one of my favorite PvP games of all time. I'm not kidding you. I have not had this much fun in a PvP game since, like, Black Ops 1. That's how long ago it's been. I don't really have an outro, so I'm working on another concept, and I'll post that when it's done. Okay, goodbye!